So what is that? I'm not going to go in and have a look, but it just looks like a web, doesn't it? It's completely covering it. Back from our morning walk, and it was hot out there today. Talking to some people actually on Instagram who what was it out there? Probably about 75 today, but it was very humid. But talking to some people on Instagram, 104. So I know we are, when we say here in the UK, God, it's been a hot day. I know compared to, as I said before, to some parts of the world, you're thinking, that's not hot. Anyway, it's hot for us. It was hot for Archie as well. So it's quite a short walk. Anyway, back, and I have just finished sewing the tabs on this little bag. This little heart. This is Liberty Print Small Susanna. I think it's called Small Susanna. Yeah, I think. It comes in lots of different colourways. This is really pretty summery colourway, one of my favourites. And it's got all Liberty Print lining. That's lovely. I do love that print. I love all Liberty prints really, but that's ready. That's going in the shop this week. And this book that I started, I'm now on page 231, so quite a way through. Yeah, really enjoying it. It's a real page turner actually. Yeah, it's very good. It's my little bookmark. This came from one of my sixth form students who, used to live in Hong Kong. I've been using that for years now. I'm not using that. I'm using bits of card when I two extremes. Anyway, I'm going to go and have some lunch. Just packaging up some orders. It's a pretty one. It's the last of this one. Bluebell Walk. Love this one. Often people say, how do they knit up? I can't say how every single one knits up because I'm a small batch dyer, so we only ever have a few of any one colourway. Sometimes we do re-dyes, but normally we don't, and I must say I would love to have knitted this one. I haven't. Anyway, this one is going to a lovely lady who is in, it's going to make a lot of noise actually if I rustle, I'll do that in a minute, who lives in, I've got two customers actually who live right in the tip of Scotland, and I've got to know them quite well, talking to them and messaging them whenever I send them orders, and I just think it must be a fabulous place to live. Anyway, I'm going to have to turn this off because it's going to rustle too much. All ready to go. Look, new tea. Sure, I haven't bought this one before. Certainly haven't tasted it. Dandelion, burdock and hawthorn. I wish their packaging was quite as pretty as this. But anyway, that's me just being fussy. Anyway, I'm going to try one of those later. Sounds lovely, doesn't it, don't you think? I'm putting a few things up on my wall because I've recently moved my sewing room, craft room, studio, whatever you want to call it, from upstairs to downstairs. So I'm kind of still moving things down. So I'm going to hang this on the wall, which I love. This was a gift from Sweet Violet Jules. Something that she sent me at Christmas. So that was hanging upstairs, but that's coming downstairs with me. So I love that. And this, count the breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 breaks this little chap has. Came from on holiday. We went to Palenza. We always bring something back, and yeah, look how many times that's been knocked off the wall. So it's coming in my room here, where it will be safe. Poor little thing. Also a couple of calendars, which I well, both going up because I can't not choose one. This is the Rendau. That's the kind of illustration you get. One see weight there, please. Look. How can you not have that on your wall? Anyway, they're going up on the wall. On the wall. Bit safer up there. And I want to show you this. So this is from a birthday gift from Nikki at the cottage. She also, sorry, this isn't you around. She also gave me that lovely card. Oh, thrilled to bits with this. So look at that, on cloth, 4 shillings. In the back, look at that. So it's actually, you can see the cloth of it. I'm going to stop this for a second and open it again. Sorry about that. So yes, this is of Dartmoor, which is, we've done several colourways of Dartmoor, which is a huge area of moorland in the southwest. So if you're not familiar with where I live in Devon, which is in the southwest of the UK. Devon here, and then further west you've got Cornwall, east you've got Dorset, etc. And this is kind of my part of the world right down here. But yeah, look at this, how lovely is it? You can see so many changes. So where am I? Did I even go in the right part of the world? No, it's not. That's not my part of the world. That's my part of the world, around here. Where was I? I was down in Dartmouth, Brixham. Used to go on holiday actually down here. There's Torquay, Paynton, and Brixham. Used to go there when I was a little girl. Little. This is my part of the world. And this railway line up here must be closed because, well, it's not there now. But it's been really interesting. Keith and I have been having a really good sort of study of this, things that have changed and place names that have changed and station names and all that kind of thing. So Keith wants this on the wall because he loves it. But isn't that a lovely gift? So thank you, lovely Nikki. Gorgeous, glamorous Nikki. Love you to bits. So tonight's supper from this book. Cherie, I think you'd like this. Cauliflower buffalo wings. Sorry about my shadow. This is 1 cauliflower. That is a lot of wings, David. Let you know what they taste like. I see you. Just finishing off the tabs for another couple of little bags that I've made. Little pre-order ones. Touch of summer bags. And I've just uploaded my last Julymas, episode 3. Because, and noticed no radio. Do you know what happened? I uploaded it and I got a notice, right, the life out of me actually. I got a notice from YouTube telling me that I had infringed their copyright. And that was because I had been singing to the Macarena. It was on because I always have music on when actually I have Jeremy Vine because I do like a bit of a debate. Then I will usually either listen to some drama or music. There's always something on there. Anyway, I had been filming as I was doing some painting and all sorts of things have been on there. Macarena, Grease. I didn't think anything of it. Anyway, so I had to delete it. So if you do subscribe, you potentially saw a new video. This video has been deleted. Yeah, that scared me. I'm easily scared, to be honest. So anyway, that's why you were spared me singing the Macarena, and that is also why it's very quiet now. Anyway, what other news? Halfway through my library book. Oh, this is a racy life, Sherry. Halfway through my library book, which I'll tell you later, and actually I will show you in a second. I'll show you what I got for my birthday. It was all very nature and bird themed, which means that's nice. That means they were thinking of me, properly. What I would really love. I loved everything I got. I was having a little chat with Gaynor this morning, Cookie, Tales from Cookie Land, and she left me a little voice message because I made her a bag for her birthday, and I had embroidered on it Mother of Dragons because we both have 3 boys. We're both the Mother of Dragons, and I did that before what happened on Game of Thrones. We all know what happened with Daenerys if you've watched it. So yeah, and anyway, it's quite funny. I missed that. I missed Game of Thrones actually. And Christopher is watching Stranger Things and raving about that, but I haven't actually finished. I'm not actually up to date with it, so I need to get up to date with that. I'm still plowing my way through The Crown, which I'm loving. Where would I be? Well, I don't know if you watch Netflix or Amazon Prime, but I don't actually watch TV now as such, watching it at a certain time. I've probably said this before. When I do sit down, which is usually quite late-ish, sort of maybe 9 o'clock, and I just will think, well, what can I watch and have a look what's on, rather than back in the day, you watched what was on at 8 o'clock, didn't you, or whatever. I know I'm going back a while now, but there's always something good on either Netflix to binge watch or Amazon Prime, so I'm enjoying those things at the moment anyway. Chat. Also, I should say, actually, talking about copyright and all that kind of thing, Christopher actually wrote the music for my little podcast. See? Now, if I infringe that copyright, it's not a problem, is it? Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if I've ever said that, but anyway, he did. It's very clever. I told him what the kind of thing I wanted, and he wrote it and recorded it for me. They're all ready to go out. They've got some yarn, summer rain yarn that has been dyed up, and it's all ready to go out, so that will be going out tomorrow. And I've also been doing a little bit more embroidery, which I didn't show you. So this is a little painting that I did the other day of a plant that I will look up in the book. I can't remember it. And I just thought I'd do a little embroidery Did I say watercolour then or embroidery? Anyway, and I thought I would do a little embroidery to go with it. I thought that would be quite pretty, quite delicate actually, to go on a bag. So I'm trying to hopefully have that done and ready to go into the shop on Friday. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying doing that. I like sort of delicate botanical embroidery. Anyway, I thought I'd show you what I got for my birthday. This is one of the things. Now, I know this looks a little bit like an Action Man walkie-talkie, but it is a camera that you fix to, well, anything. It's going to go on a tree in our garden to capture. So it's motion sensor. So you can capture wildlife on it. Well, capture wildlife, capture pictures of wildlife. So it's got a SD card. And let's see if I can open it. Hold on. Sorry. So it's got an SD card in here. And you can program it. And all sorts. I don't know how it works yet. But how cool is that? I really like the idea of that. So basically I can see if anything eventually goes in my bird bath, because it hasn't yet. I was thrilled to bits with that. Even though, as I say, it does look a little bit like a boy's toy. It's very much a girl's toy. So I was thrilled with that. I found the box for it. So it's this hunting camera. I thought, what have they bought me? It's a wildlife camera. And the other thing was this. Look at that. I'm going to love that. And that goes... that's my husband in the background. I do apologise for that. That's going in the garden in a second. I've got to work out where to put it. But yeah, I love that. And they also bought me a robin teapot nest, which is actually already up in the garden, so I'll show you that in a second. Isn't that lovely? The other thing they bought me is there, which is a robin teapot nest. So we've worked out which way to put it, and hopefully it's got enough around it that we'll get a robin in there. Exciting. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and it's not the most exciting day today because we are driving to Kent and back, which is, we're in the southwest, so to get to Kent and back, there's a lovely field of poppies. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? You can. Probably not. That was a really lovely field of poppies. Oh, they're everywhere. Yeah, so it's about a journey of about 3.5 hours each way. So, there's probably not going to be very much to show you. Lots of car knitting. Sorry. Lots of car knitting going on. Yeah. I don't even know where to look for the camera. So I'm looking all over the place. Anyway, that's my day. So I've got my socks with me. The ones that are littered with mistakes. I was actually going to give these. We're going to pick my mum up because it's her birthday Sunday, and I was actually going to give her these, but I think there might be a few too many mistakes. We shall see. Stonehenge. They were actually going to build a road. No, they weren't. They were going to build a tunnel. Not many people there today. They were going to build a tunnel under this part, so it sort of dips down and rises over Stonehenge, and they were going to build a tunnel here, which I've got mixed views about, because whilst it would be lovely not to have a busy road going past Stonehenge, at the same time it was going to cause environmentally a lot of damage as well, and lots of artefacts and all sorts. Anyway, that's not apparently going ahead now. So, also, have you noted? I was going to say apologise for the insects on our windscreen, but apparently, interesting fact, there are far less insects now than in previous years, so that's why you don't see as many on your windscreen. That's insecticides and crops, things like that. A bit like factoids, this, isn't it? Steve writes factoids, learn with Sherry. Finished my socks. So back from the hairdressers, haircut, really glad I did it actually. I did dither at the last minute, but we went through with it and I'm really glad I did. Just making the last of the pre-order bags, the Touch of Summer bags, and then I'm going to go and have something to eat and do the listings for the Autumn Treasures celebration box, and I will show you the bee house which has been put up. Birds are steadfastly ignoring this, not a single taker. The doves continue to drink and bathe in the dog's bowl, and this ignored. This is my little bee house which we've put up. It had to be somewhere sunny and sheltered, so we think that's okay. That's my little insect house, which has got lots of little takers in there. That's been up there for a couple of years now. But anyway, let's see if anything comes in there. Hello, are you hot and bothered? It is a hot day, isn't it? This is recovered now. I came back yesterday and it was half dead. It needs lots of water. As do you. As do you. So lovely at this time of night. I do apologise for my son's shouting out. Yeah, everyone's out just having a lovely time. The sky is just the most gorgeous colour. So pretty. It's easy to take it for granted. This has come down to Budley. It's Saturday morning, Saturday lunchtime actually. Just come with our bag of chips. You must have a bag of chips at the beach, it's the law. I'm not going to be going in the sea today though, that is chilly. And that far at the end there is the beginning of the Jurassic Coast. That's where you want to go fossil hunting, that's where to go. Anyway, chips are calling. That sound is so relaxing.
Isn't it? I'm just going to say that it's really relaxing.
It really is, it's lovely. Cheers, Christopher. My mum has a large, well, she hasn't got any mussels left, she's eaten them all. Good mussels? I have, they've just started doing a vegan menu actually, so this is their vegan Florentine pizza, which is gorgeous. Keith has a burger, which is also lovely. Good food. Christopher running across. Trying not to be in shot. Epic fail. This is lovely, this little area. I've shown it to you before. It's actually the graveyard of the church. You can't actually read what any of these say now. Bless them. Anyway, it's one of my favourite places to be in Topsham. It's so relaxing. See Dartmoor in the distance. It's a quiet Sunday. So, I have had my hair cut. Don't know who told this. 2 So I'm still getting used to it. It was really weird not having hair on my neck, but yeah, quite like it. You've got to get used to it. Or even your clothes feel different that you wear. It's really odd. Anyway, it's Monday morning and just about to go and walk out to the Snarch. I think it's a bit too hot for Monty. And then I'm going to come back and pack up the orders from the weekend and start packaging up the sock club. Yeah, so happy Monday. So, thought you might like this. This is a new dress I'm wearing with nice big pockets. I've just spent a good 10 minutes looking for my glasses, which are in the pocket of my new dress. Pockets, I thought, great idea. So he's just woken up from a little nap and he sleeps with his ball and his grubby sock right by him, don't you, Arch? Archie? Won't let them out of your sight, will you? Waggy tail. So it's Monday, sort of lunchtime. I'm just about to go and have something to eat, actually. I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. My mum has gone home and I always feel a little bit sad when she's gone because she lives so far away from me. Yeah, it's always feel a bit funny. And anyway, today I am getting out some of the orders from the weekend. At the moment I'm just making a little lavender bag to match the hand embroidered bag that somebody bought on Friday, I think it was. So I've just made her a little matching lavender bag. This is lovely, this linen. This is Swedish linen. So lots of people have been asking me about linen and embroidery, and I know I've been saying I'm going to do this tutorial. What it is, I don't think the setup I've got at the moment is good enough to actually do a tutorial, so I think I might have to buy an overhead thingy doodah, so that's why I haven't done one yet. Anyway, so sorry about that. I will do it. I just have to get organised. This is the thing, I don't think things through. I say I'm going to do something without actually really thinking proper grown-up thoughts about the whole thing. Anyway, I was listening to lovely Sandra Cherryheart, nearly fell off my chair when she mentioned me on her podcast. It's really funny when people do that. Anyway, bless her, she's so lovely. She was talking about when you say and so and all things like that. They're like fillers, aren't they? Sentence fillers, and completely not necessary. I think I might do a how many times do I say or so, actually, because, and as I said before, I wonder if I do that when I talk normally. I don't know. Anyway, this, I've already saying so, this is Swedish linen, and I was explaining to somebody the other day that you can embroider on actually anything at all. If you use this kind of linen, you can actually see that it's more of an open weave, so you can see your stitches through. If you were going to do it on, say, white linen, you would have to be very careful, or on a really light colour linen, you would have to be careful that you couldn't see your stitches through. There we are, too. But yes, it's slightly more open weave. It's slubby. I don't know what the actual official term is. I call this slubby, the uneven texture of it, which I love. This is it feels quite stiff, this linen, but it's lovely for a bag because it stands up. I don't know if you can still see this, but it stands up beautifully. So that's really nice, I think. Yeah, so that's that. I will go through all the different linens and things like that. So too there. I'm going to package this up and go and have something to eat. And the other thing, oh my goodness, if you're watching and you ordered one of the Autumn Treasures boxes, thank you so much. I really, we were quite blown away by the response. It was amazing. I think they're all sold out now. There may be one left with a non-hand embroidered bag, but I think they've nearly all gone now. But if you have ordered one, cannot wait to start putting them together. We've got all of our colourways already planned. So yes, thank you. And if you ordered one of the summer celebrations, which finished yesterday, hope you loved it. And my goodness, thank you for all of your lovely messages. We were, again, quite overwhelmed with it, actually. The lovely messages you sent on Etsy, Instagram. Oh, thank you. Anyway, I'm going to go and have something to eat, or you will hear my tummy rumbling, and nobody wants that.
So look, that's an old little sort of bird bath sitting there that they're both using. There's the new one. What's that all about? One new bird bath. One dove insistent on using this. They are steadfastly refusing to use the new one. The big one's better. Much better.
Good afternoon. It is Tuesday afternoon. I am not going to be able to show you a lot today, actually, because I've just started addressing the bags for the In the Countryside Sock Club, which is being mailed out tomorrow. So addressing the bags and doing everything for that. Can't really show you today, but oh my goodness. I've just opened this. This is from lovely, lovely Joanne, who is Port Hardy, Port 1. I always get that wrong. Oh, look what she sent me, because she saw it was my birthday. That could not be more perfect for me. Look at that. Cannot wait to cast that on. Thank you, Joan, if you're watching. I blooming love it. Quite how that's going to turn out when I do it, that could be quite another matter, because that looks like I might make a mistake in there. But I love it, love it, love it. I just had a read of it, actually. I think I can probably cope with that. Isn't it lovely? I could not have... Honestly, I'm going to love wearing that. Oh, anyway, I also wanted to show you some of the other things that I got, but I will show you them later. But I want to show you something else. By the way, I just noticed I was doing some painting yesterday. I've noticed it's all yellow on my desk. This book has been on my wish list for so long, and this was, I did, if you've been watching any of my other vlogs, then this was on one of the books that was on my wish list that I saw in Darts Farm. Anyway, it was a couple of days ago now. I opened a parcel, and this was inside. It was from Amazon, and I opened it. This was inside, And sorry if you can hear the taps keep going. And I thought, I didn't order this. And Keith looked at me and sort of said, yeah, you probably did. I said, no, I didn't. It's on my list. I didn't order it. This was a gift from Scrumptious Vivian, who is Green Rabbit Designs, who made my lovely little Nancy. And she bought that for me. That blows me away, things like that. Can't wait to read it. This is Adam Nicholson. So Adam Nicholson is married to Sarah Raven of garden fame, you know, wonderful gardener. Well, she cooks all sorts, isn't she? And he, now, what is he? He's a direct descendant of Vita Sackville West, because where we used to live in Kent, we lived a couple of minutes away from Sissinghurst Castle Gardens, so, which is where they were living at the time. Anyway, this is another one of those learn with Sherry moments, isn't it? Anyway, thank you, Vivian. I was over the moon to get that. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to can't wait to read that. I'm just trying to work out. We're off to Latitude in a couple of days' time, and I'm trying to work out what to take. So I also got some lovely Persephone books for my birthday, which I'm uber excited about. But I don't want to take this or any of those with me because I don't want to get them damaged. That's the kind of person I am. Anyway, that's that. Thank you. That people's generosity and things they do, I just think that's amazing. That literally made my week, getting those two things. Look, what lovely friends. Other thing that I wanted to show you are these. So I was talking about I bought a metre actually of this cotton waffle fabric because I wanted to make some makeup pads. Well, I did make some, just really simple squares that just a rectangle, and then you sew round. Oh, do you know what? I'll show you later. I'm not very good at describing things. But anyway, you sew them, turn them inside out. I top stitched it, and then I did a row of stitching round just so that they would keep their shape. They're great. So I just made 3, and I've used them, and I used my cellar water to actually take my makeup off, and I've used it obviously on my face, but also to take the mascara off, because I thought I was going to ruin them, and I thought, well, that's the point of makeup remover pads, isn't it, Sherry? They're fine, they're great, they wash up beautifully, keep their shape, so highly recommend. And that I will probably make about 15-20 of them actually, because and then just wash them all together in a little bag. Anyway, highly recommend. Not quite sure what I'm going to do for nail varnish remover. I need to think about that one, but anyway. And so Annie, we were talking about this. This is great. I just got this from my local fabric shop. I think it was about £8 a metre, but I think you can get it online quite easily. Yeah, it's a bit harder than cotton wool, but that's good because it exfoliates as well, doesn't it? Anyway, I thought I'd show you those. Waffle. Funny it should be waffle, and I'm waffling. Just what I think I can show you now. Just wanted to show you the Minis Club that I was sending out last time that I couldn't show you because I was worried about people seeing it. We hadn't opened it. I think everyone has received it now. So this was inspired very much, lots of different things, but including strawberries and raspberries. We like to try and do, when we do the Minis Club, we like to try and do a sort of a palette of colours that you can put together in one item if you want to do scrappy socks or something like that. But you could easily add it into a blanket. But if you wanted to make one item with it, we try to make them coordinate. So there are the colours for, that was June's. I do like this one. Well, I like them all. Anyway, and that went out, so that's the artwork for it that I was doing, and they go out in their own sort of packaging, so they went out in a red spotty bag, tea bag, and a little printout of the artwork that I did, and poppies, of course. Poppies was the other thing. And then just some little cards to read, just strawberry poems and things like that. So no, just so that you, because a few people were asking, and obviously they sold out of a shop, so you didn't know what I was waffling on about. So I think I probably showed you all of that last week, didn't I? These bits. Anyway, that's it. So I am packaging up the sock club. So we have the Wildflowers Minis Club goes out, and then 2 weeks later the In the Countryside sock club goes out. So it's sort of like on rotation. So I'm packing that up today. I will show you some of it, but I don't want to obviously spoil anything for anybody, so I won't be able to show you too much. So I just thought I would quickly show you, actually. Probably easier to show you than try and describe. Not very good at that. So I'm just going to do a running stitch along there. So sorry, this is about 7 by 3, something like that. Fold it inside out. Fold it together. I don't think this has got a right or a wrong side. And I'm just going to do a running stitch along there, along here, and along here to about there, and just leave that through. That for turning through. So I have sewn that along here, along there, along there. So if I'd been terribly professional, I would have done that in dark thread so that you could see. Just trim the corners off. And then, using a pointy stick, where's my pointy stick? Where's my pointy stick? One pointy stick. This is just one that I got from Merchant Mills. I did have a lovely one. So sorry, turn this inside out, back through the gap. Yeah, I had a lovely one that was my nan's, and I put that somewhere safe. Classic me. So just point the corners out. Point out those corners. That's me doing that silly voice again. And then just fold that back in. And you could actually then just do that by machine, but I'm a bit pedantic like that, and I like to do hand sewing, so I'm going to do it by hand. You even see what I'm doing. So just a little bit of thread. And then I'm just going to use a ladder stitch to close it. Just go in where you finish sewing. So for a ladder stitch, you're just taking a little bit from one side without getting it caught, and then a little bit from the other side. So going to the other side, and you just keep doing that all the way along, and the smaller the stitches, the neater it is, but this is how I tend to finish off all my seams when I'm sewing. And then just every now and then give it a pull. Yeah, that little child outside coming home from school. I think schools are just about to break up, actually, so you remember how exciting that was. I was super excited when my boys were little and school was breaking up, actually. Could not wait for school to break up. Loved it. 8 weeks of bliss. So when you get to the end, it's completely wonky, doesn't matter. Just give it a pull. It's just a makeup pad thing, so don't worry too much. Just a little knot, and then just go back in through and pull it forward, not through. Oh, it's going to clatter. Cut. Sorry, I know it's really loud on screen. And now I'm just going to do a running stitch around there, really just, it's all completely wonky, doesn't matter, just to stop it coming, or getting all scrunched up in the wash, that's all. So I'll stop this so you don't hear my machine. Oops, sorry. So that's it done. What did that take? 5 minutes? And if you do them as a production line, you could do loads of them. So, oh, missed that bit. And as I say, I have made these, put them through the machine, and they're lovely. So it doesn't matter what look, it doesn't matter that they're all sizes. I think that's sweet. So I'm going to make quite a few more of those so that I can just put them all into a little. I'm sorry, can you hear my tap? Sorry about that. So I can put them into a little bag and wash them. Anyway, I hope that helps if you want to make any.